Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allows you to record and edit your broadcast so it sounds great. And they even distribute your broadcast for you so that it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hello everyone, I am Damian Anderson, and here are your FT news for this week. We will announce our new co-host soon, so stay with us to see who that is. Join us every Saturday on our podcast for Fred's Education Thoughts, where host Andrew Fred will discuss his very own opinion about the topics of our previous episodes, so join us every Saturday. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Education Thoughts with Damian Anderson, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Brand new episodes of Future Educators Talk drops every Wednesday, so follow and subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Make sure you follow us on our social media platforms. If you haven't done so already, please do. You could go to Facebook, facebook.com/Future Educators Talk, Twitter @Future Ed Talk, and on Instagram @Future Educators Talk. So follow us and follow your hosts, Damian Anderson and Andrew Fred. You could follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/Damian.Anderson.5876, on Twitter @_Damian Anderson, and on Instagram @DDamian Anderson. And you can follow Andrew Fred on Twitter on Twitter @Darren_Fred, and on Instagram @It's Andrew Fred. So follow us. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Future Educators Talk, because we will start videoing some episodes of our podcast beginning in April. So subscribe. Plus, hit the notification bell so you know when there's a new episode out, and you can listen to previous episodes of our show. So hit the bell, because if you don't, you're certainly missing out. Of course, especially when we start videoing. So subscribe. So that's it. Have a great day, and make sure you listen to today's episode of Future Educators Talk. Hello everyone. I hope all of y'all are doing great out there and are staying safe. So, welcome back to another episode of Future Educators Talk. I am your host, Damian Anderson. And as you can hear or listen, Darren Fred is not here again. Don't worry. He'll be back soon, you guys. He will be back soon. So, on this week's episode of Future Educators Talk, I am going to be discussing my opinion, my thoughts on a 3-year-old boy who was left behind by his class and his teachers while on a school field trip on Friday, March the 6th. And his mother was notified days after the incident took place. So I'm going to be diving into this story, telling y'all my thoughts of what I think on this. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. And then make sure you tune in this Saturday on Fred's education thoughts, of where Fred is going to be discussing his own opinion about this very episode, about my thoughts, what I have to say on here, and also his thoughts on this story as well. So stay tuned this Saturday on our podcast for Fred's education thoughts. So let's just hop right into it today. So, like I said, a 3-year-old boy, he gets lost and he was left behind by his class and teachers on a preschool field trip. So, like I said, now, this 3-year-old boy, his name is Carter Williams. Carter Williams, a 3-year-old student who is in the Houston Independent School District Head Start program at Thompson Elementary in Houston, Texas. And he was on a field trip with his class to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo on March the 6th, which was on a Friday. And this is when he became separated from his classmates and teachers. So, it is unclear how long he was wandering around for his own. We don't know. We don't know how long he has been wandering around behind his class. And this is from Carter's mom right here. She quotes, and her name is Kelsey Williams. She quotes that, "What if he felt like, I'm not going to see my mom? My teacher left me. My friends left me." And while she was saying this, of course, she was in tears. And she also said, was he crying? You don't know what could have happened. And like she said, what if he felt like, I'm not going to see my mom again? Because my teachers, they just left me, and my friends, they left me. No child should not feel like that. Seriously, no child should not feel like that, like they're not going to see their parents again at that young age, 3 years old. That is unbelievable, you guys. Unbelievable. And later on in this episode, I'm going to be sharing the video of where she was interviewed, Carter's mom, she was interviewed telling about this innocent, how she had felt. So I'll be sharing that video later on, probably in a couple more minutes or so. But anyways, yeah, was he crying? And she also said, was he crying? What if because we don't know, because they had left him behind. And I'm going to be telling y'all something else that just bugs me, that I just don't understand. But continuing on, Carter, he was then discovered in the massive crowds by a rodeo visitor, who was then able to connect him with another class from the school who were also on a field trip to the same location. So there was different schools there on that field trip. So meanwhile later, Carter's class, now, okay, listen to this, you guys. Listen to this. Meanwhile later, Carter's class was already on the bus and headed back to Thompson Elementary School without him. Before I move on, wait a minute. Okay, I know for sure, like back when I was in school, whenever we go on a field trip or somewhere, teachers always take row to see if a student is on that bus or if they're on another bus or they're not on the bus at all. They always take row when we go to a field trip right before we leave and once we return back from school. Apparently, this school did not do that because it says Carter's class was already on the bus and headed back to the school without him. So apparently they didn't took row going back. They didn't do that. They didn't make sure to see if all the students who went on the field trip was on the bus returning back to school. They didn't do that. They did not do that. Every school needs to do this. My school did. I know lots of schools does this, but apparently this school did not do that. Take row. I don't know if they took row before going to the field trip, but apparently they did not do that returning back to school to see if all the students was on that bus. You don't do that, teachers. You need to make sure to see if all of your students is on the bus right before y'all head off. But apparently they did not do that. So, there you go right there, folks. There you go right there. It's just unbelievable to me that they did not do that. So that's why, now, if they had did this, took row right before they left, and, they're going through the list, and they call out Carter's name. Well, Carter's not on the bus. Okay, we could fix that right there. We could go find him. But no. They didn't even know that he was gone because you know what? They didn't took row. They didn't do that. So, but continuing on, to make matters worse, Carter's mom was only told about the innocent 3 days later. 3 days later, after the weekend, on the following Monday morning. What? You're gonna tell his mother about this innocent 3 days later? You don't do that. You don't do that. That's gonna make the parent stress, and I know that she was overwhelmed about this. I know that she was very worried about. Wait a minute. You're just now gonna tell me this, that my son was left behind? You're just gonna now tell me this 3 days later and not on that specific day? Who does that, people? Who does that? You don't tell a parent something that happened on your own terms. You don't do that. You tell what happened on that day that it had happened. You don't wait to tell them on your terms. You don't get to do that. That is not your right. You don't do that. That is not right, because that's going to put more pressure and stress and worriness, all of this, onto the parents. It is. And when I show you this video, she was, worried, overwhelmed. So, I can't imagine. I can't imagine, like, this just makes no sense, people. It just doesn't. She also says, she quotes, "Why did you not report it?" So they did not report it. they did not report the incident that happened to him getting lost. Well, that figures. There's something wrong with this school here, folks. There's something wrong with this school, and it needs to be investigated. It does. Because first of all, they don't take row going on field trips. In my opinion, they don't. Coming back to school. Now, I don't know if they do it right before, going on a field trip, but they should also do it coming home, returning back to school, They should do that, but apparently they didn't. So they need to check on that. And why they did not report it? There's something a little fishy about that. There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that right there. And she continues on saying, well, he was back at the school. We found him. We didn't find him. Someone else found him. A man. I don't know the man's name. I don't know what the man looks like. I'm thankful for him, but I don't know who that man is. Okay? Y'all just think on that right there. Think on what she just said right there. So, for continuing on here, the school's principal and not Carter's teacher was the one who notified a very angry Williams on Monday, the mother. The school principal, not Carter's teacher, the one that left him behind. She did not, or he did not tell the mother about him that I lost him. Not that we lost him, but you lost him. You're the teacher. You're supposed to keep up with every student. But apparently, that teacher did not. So, the school principal had to tell the angry mother. So, Carter's mother then proceeded to meet with the school district official about the incident. The school district, they had released a statement regarding the incident, but did not address any specifics surrounding teacher discipline and how the incident could have transpired in the first place. Okay, so and then here's what I'm gonna read a little bit of the statement to y'all here to give y'all an understanding of it. So, HISD, that's abbreviation of the school district, is aware of an incident involving a Thomason Elementary School student who was inadvertently separated from his class while on a field trip to the Houston Livestock Show and Radio last Friday, which was on May the 6th. The student was located within minutes by an event attendant who quickly reunited the student with another class from his school. The student was safely transported back to the campus with that class. The district works diligently to ensure the well-being of every child entrusted to our care, as the safety of our students is always our top priority. Okay, so there's a statement right there. Just gives y'all like what happened and what they're trying to do with this, because the last sentence reads, the district works diligently to ensure the well-being of every child entrusted to our care, as the safety of our students is always our top priority, which is every school's thing is to, y'all students should be our top priority at all times. It should not be nothing else. Whatever, I don't care what your students are always your top priority. Number one is about the safety of our students in schools. So there's a statement. So his mother, Carter's mother, now says she doesn't feel comfortable sending her son back to the same teacher. Wow. And she thinks that the innocent should cost the teacher who lost track of Carter her job. Wow. Huh. Okay, I agree with that. I totally agree with his mother. I totally agree. I don't know when Andrew, he hears this episode, I don't know if he's going to agree with this. You just have to tune in this Saturday to see. But for me, yeah, I totally agree with his mother. She doesn't feel comfortable sending her son back to the same teacher because the teacher lost him. Not we lost him, but the teacher lost Carter because she was not keeping track, apparently, on the students, especially returning back to school. She didn't call Roe, or he, I don't know, but that teacher did not call Roe going back. I don't care if you're a preschool teacher. I don't care if you're a preschool teacher, middle school teacher, high school teacher, whatever, what kind of teacher you are. You should not do that. You have to. This is my thing here, because something like, okay, like what if you guys, something had terrible happen to this 3-year-old boy? What if something else had happened? What they gonna do then? Of course, like I said, they should investigate the school, and I believe, yes, well, I don't know. But yeah, like I was saying, she does not feel comfortable sending her son back to that same teacher. I agree totally. I agree. Absolutely. And she thinks that the innocent should cost the teacher her job. That she should get fired. She should get fired from that school. So, yeah. I want to hear y'all thoughts on this. Like, what do y'all think of this? About Carter's mother saying that the incident that took place should cost the teacher her job for losing track of Carter in the first place, because she should have been looking out for every student. Unfortunately, she did not. So I want to hear y'all thoughts on this. I want to hear your opinion on this. I deeply want to hear about this. So I will post up a question on this on our Twitter page and on our Facebook page and our Instagram page, to where y'all could comment it about this, because I want to hear y'all opinions on this, and hopefully Darren, he may answer a few of those this Saturday. And so I would like to hear y'all thoughts, and use the hashtag Future Educators Talk. So, and Also, his mother says, for you to be so careless, irresponsible, and non-chatteling, I believe I said that correctly. I honestly don't think that she should be an educator or someone to protect children. Wow. Okay. Okay. For you to be so careless and responsible and non-chatteling, I honestly don't think that she should be an educator or someone to protect children. Okay. Well, there you have it right there. I don't know what I feel about that, honestly. I don't know. I understand her frustration. I do. I completely understand her frustration. Trying to see what I'm trying to say here. Of course, seriously, I really do feel her frustration and her angriness and her worriness and all the things, all the emotions that she was going through and probably still is going through as of right now on the 25th of March. But that's her opinion right there. What she feels, that the teacher should not be an educator or someone to protect children because she did not protect one student by, watching them and seeing their every move at all times. And she didn't do that, folks. She did not do that. So I feel for her frustration. I do. Now, do I believe that the teacher should lose her job in the process? I don't know. Like I said earlier, they need to investigate the school. I feel that they should investigate the school, investigate with this teacher. That's why I feel, to see, the problem behind this, innocent, to see, like, what truly was going on. And I don't know for sure. We don't know, was there a chaperone with the teacher on the field trip? We don't know that. If so, then there's another issue right there. Why wasn't, the chaperone watching, all the students, of course, and also the teacher as well? I'm not gonna. It's a lot. I feel it's a lot. So that's what I feel, you guys. Now, I did say that I was going to show y'all a video. Well, not actually show y'all because y'all can't see it. Y'all would just have to listen to it. This video of, her thoughts, her opinions, is just of what happened, of what happened. So, and this is the mother. She was interviewed. I don't know when she was interviewed, of course, but take a listen, you guys, to see what she, and hear her out, because hear her, expression, hear her vulnerability, hear her every word. Just deeply, just take a listen, you guys. Okay, take a listen.
I want to.
Carter Williams is curious. The 3-year-old taking a break from the camera long enough for the interview with his mother, and even then, he couldn't stay away.
So extra.
He is the apple of Mom Kelsey Williams' eye, her only child. The questions keep coming.
What if he felt like, I'm not going to see my mom, or my teachers left me, my friends left me, Was he crying?
Last Friday, while on a field trip to the rodeo with his school at Thompson Elementary, Carter was separated from his Head Start classmates and left behind by his teacher, HISD confirms. A 3-year-old all alone in the crowd. It was a rodeo visitor who found him and connected him with another class from the school. The district says this as his class was already on the bus and heading back to Thompson. Making it even worse, Williams wasn't told about the incident until yesterday.
Well, why didn't you report it? Well, he was back at the school. We found him. We didn't find him. Someone else found him. A man who, I don't know the man's name. I don't know what the man looked like. I'm thankful for him. I am. But I don't know who that man is.
The school principal, not Carter's teacher, was the one who notified Williams. Today, she met with an HISD parent liaison. The district statement to ABC 13 did not answer questions about teacher discipline. It only confirmed the incident and added, quote, "The district works diligently to ensure the well-being of every child entrusted to our care, as the safety to our students is always our top priority." Williams would disagree.
For you to be so careless, irresponsible, nonchalant.
She doesn't feel comfortable sending Carter back to his teacher at Thompson and doesn't think other parents should either.
I honestly don't think that she should be an educator or someone to protect children.
Jessica Willie, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Okay, so there you have it right there of, basically pretty much, what I was saying, reading this story here, but hearing her, hearing her expression out, and I will post this video on Instagram for you guys, for you all to see, and on our Facebook page and on our Twitter. I would try to do that, but mainly it's going to be on Instagram. But you heard, just her, what she feels. And she also says that she doesn't feel that parents whose child goes to that school, she doesn't feel, comfortable for, their children to go to that school, go back to that school, because she, like you heard, you guys, like you heard, it was a lot. While y'all was listening, I was looking at the video. Of course, tears, and that just makes me so. My gosh, I don't know. I cannot imagine being in her shoes during that time that this had happened, and it's a lot. And like she said again, when she said that, why did you not report it? Well, he was back at the school. We found him. No. Take the we out. You did not find him. Someone else did. someone else did at that field trip, at that rodeo, livestock show, that livestock show. A man had found him and returned him to another class that also goes to that school. So no. I'm agreeing for, they said, well, he was back at the school. We found him. No, you didn't. You did not found him. Like I say, you guys, they need to investigate the school. They need to investigate this school. And I'm with her. She doesn't feel comfortable sending her child back to that school. Back to that same teacher that lost him in the first place. Who should have been keeping an eye out. But she didn't. So, yep, that's there on there, you guys. That's there on there. So, I mean, again, I cannot imagine being in her shoes. I cannot. Because I want children's one day. I really do. And I can imagine, something like this to happen to my very own children at this age here. At this young age right here, 3-year-olds at a preschool. I just can't imagine, you guys. I can't. So, it's, I don't know. I wonder, for me, I wonder what is happening now with them. What are they doing? Or did she transfer him to another preschool? Or if they are still at that same school, but who knows? I want there to be a follow-up to this story. I do. There needs to be a follow-up with this story, I feel, to see what is happening now since this has happened. And because it's a lot, you guys, a lot. So this is my opinion, my thoughts of what I think of this story about this 3-year-old boy getting lost. And he was left behind by his class and his teachers, and a couple days later they're gonna finally tell the mother. You don't do that. You don't do that, telling a parent what something had happened to their child days later. You don't do that. That's so that's pretty much what I have to say, you guys, about this story right here. So make sure you tune in also this Saturday on our podcast for Fred's Education Thoughts, of where Andrew Fred, my good friend, he will be discussing his very own opinion about this story as well, and also what I have to say on this as well. If he agrees with me or not, who knows? You just have to find out this Saturday. So yeah, just had to listen in this Saturday. So next month, that's the end of this episode right here. But next month, you guys, in April, if you have been listening to, the beginning of the episode of where I mentioned that we will start videoing some episodes of our podcast beginning in April, which is in the works right now. I don't know when it's going to happen in April. I'm not for sure the exact day, but it's probably going to be, like, we're going to do this. Okay, here's the deal. Like, me and Darren, I call him Darren and Andrew. But anyways, we discussed like how we're going to do this, start viewing our podcast. And we came up because we're not going to do this like every week, because again, like with his work schedule, he works in the mornings, and that's usually when we record episodes of our podcast, this podcast in the mornings. But since his work schedule has changed from, he's working in the afternoon to now in the mornings, so I had to come up with something. We had to come up with a plan with this, because I'm still going to continue, you guys. I'm still recording episodes in the mornings because I'm just a morning person. That's who I am. And besides, anyways, I'm busy in the afternoons, so with a lot of other things. But anyways, we had came up with a plan of doing videoing for our podcast. It's going to be once a month. So starting next month in April, we're going to start doing it. It's just going to be for once a month. That is when we're going to do it. Now, y'all will be seeing us. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to where y'all can see us. Actually see us. We will probably do this. And I would have to also confirm with him. But probably we will do this either on April the 22nd or April the 29th. It's toward the end of the month for April of when we're going to do this. So expect that of when that's going to happen. We will keep y'all updated for our first ever videoing episode of our podcast, to where y'all will be able to see us. And also we will upload, the audio for that episode for you guys on our on our podcast, whatever you listen to whatever you listen to us at. So we will, upload that audio from that videoing. But make sure you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you do that, because that is where we post, of course, we post these episodes on our YouTube channel, and also we post other things on our YouTube channel as well. We're trying to do some new projects on here, but we got the Fred's Education Thoughts. We got his 2 episodes on here. We got pretty much we got every episode on here, starting back from season 1. We got all the season 1 episodes that we did, all of season 2 from last season, all of season 3 so far. We got up here the special edition that we have did. So just please subscribe to our YouTube channel, you guys. Please subscribe, because it's very important to us that you do. And so just do that. So that is pretty much it. That's pretty much going to be it for me. But I can confirm. That I said at the beginning of the episode that Andrew Fred, he was going to return soon. But I can confirm that he is coming back. He is returning back to the podcast with me on next week's episode on April the 1st. April the 1st, you guys. The beginning of the month in April. So he is returning back with me on the podcast. So y'all stay tuned for that. Having my good old friend back. So yeah, he's coming back next week. So I'm very happy for him to come back. So, and then I don't know how the rest of the season is going to go for you guys. I don't know how the rest of the season is going to go, for as he may be on some episodes and then it's just going to be mainly just me. Who knows? But we will keep y'all updated. So this is I do not want to say this here, but this is me and Andrews. This is our new normal for now. As this is our new normal for now, as we try to figure out, with his schedule, his work schedule, and then also with my schedule, because I am now currently doing online classes for my college classes. As of right now, I don't know if I will be returning back to school, so I don't know about that. But again, this is me and Andrew's new normal. As of to everyone's, this is all of us new normal of life as we deal with the coronavirus. It's just it's a lot, you guys. We're constantly seeing how our life is going to be. We just have to see you guys with this, because we constantly, like day by day, getting new information on the coronavirus, and we need to practice, you guys. Please, we got to practice. And I try not to make this a long episode, but it is what it is. But we got to practice, you guys, the social distancing. We got to practice that, you guys. Staying, it has to be 6 feet from a person, from each other. We got to do that. We got to practice that, you guys. I mean, there's no simple way. We just got to. And also staying at home as possibly as we can. Now, no, some, of us, we have to go to, grocery stores and stuff like that. But we need to stay at home as possibly as we can. I know they, like this week, or probably like the end of last week, about California, I believe, if I'm correct. I don't know, but I saw something about they mandated for California to stay at home. They did that. It's just for the safety, you guys. It's just for the safety. We got to. It's. I don't know what else I can say about this, you guys. I just don't know. And we got to follow, you guys, the CDC information. We got to follow their guidelines of what they are telling us about, the coronavirus. We just got to, you guys. We have to. About, like we gotta constantly wash our hands, often, you guys. Wash your hands for 20 seconds. It's not that hard. It's not. So we got to do this, guys. Got to do this. And when you sneeze and cough, do it in your elbows. Don't do it, cuffing up your hands and doing that, or just blurting, doing it all out in the open. Just don't do that. That is not right. It's just not. So we gotta, you guys, this is, so, like I said, take steps to protect yourself. Clean your hands often, for 20 seconds with soap and water, especially after you have been in public contact, okay? Or after, like I said, blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing. It's safety. Use hand sanitizer if you can as well. And also avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Try to avoid touching your face, you guys. I am trying to practice that, but I'm just always constantly just touching my face, and just, because I wear glasses, I'm trying to stop that as possibly as I can. But you need to avoid touching your face. You got to. Like I said, again, avoid close contact with people who are sick. Try to do that. Put distance between yourself and other people, 6 feet away from each other. We gotta practice the social distancing, you guys. Seriously, we got to. Stay home if you're sick, you guys. Please stay at home if you're sick. If you feel like you're about to get sick, call in to say that I am sick, I am staying home. They will understand, trust me. Okay, so stay at home, you guys. I just went over the cough and sneeze, and also throw used tissues in the trash can. Please do that. And then immediately after you cough and sneeze, you guys, immediately go wash your hands. Because it's just, you're spreading more germs after you do that. When you cough and sneeze and you don't go and wash your hands, you're causing more germs to come up. And then wear a face mask if you are sick. Okay? If you are sick, you should wear a face mask when you are around other people, okay? Like, let's say you're sharing a room, or, a vehicle with someone. And before you enter a healthcare provider office, do that, okay? If you are not able to wear a face mask, you guys, for example, because it causes trouble breathing, then you should do your best to cover your coughs and sneeze. And people who are caring for you should wear a face mask if they enter your room, okay? Now, if you are not sick, you do not need to wear a face mask, okay? Unless you're caring for someone who is sick, okay? And most importantly, right here, you guys, clean and disinfect, okay? Do this, clean and disinfect, frequently touch surface daily. Okay? Like, no joke, you guys, I clean my desk off every single day. Because that's just me. Of course, I'm a neat freak. I'm a neat freak. And I can't stand stuff when it's, dirty and stuff and all that, but I constantly clean and stuff, and I also, clean surfaces as well, because it's just it just bugs me. I'm a, what you call it, a germophobic, whatever. I'm that, so when you do this, guys, this includes like tables, doorknobs, light switches, countertops, handles, desk, your phones, keyboards, toilet faucets, sinks, whatever. Just wipe. Whatever you touch, surfaces, okay? And if surfaces are dirty, clean them, okay? If they are dirty, just clean them. And use detergent or soap and water prior to disinfection, okay? So y'all do that. Okay, now I need to end this episode right here because it is 51 minutes. So I was just giving y'all an update on the coronavirus and what y'all should do, because it's very safe, to protect others around you, because you don't want them to get sick. You guys, you don't. So that's that right there. So that's the end of this episode. Just you guys make sure you listen in again to this Saturday on our podcast, Fred's Education Thoughts, of where Andrew Fred, he's going to be, discussing his very own opinion about this story and what I have to say on here. And also, here's an update, because he just posted it on our Instagram page, saying that he will be talking about, the story and the Vance County Resource Officer this Saturday. That story, the Vance County Resource Officer's officer was fired after a surveillance video showed him dragging a middle school student. So, we'll have to see about that, see what he had to say about that. And then also, I would do an episode on that for myself, since he's going to be discussing his opinion on that. I would do an episode on that. But that's going to be like in a later episode of where I'm going to do that by myself. Just going to be myself discussing that, like I'm doing now, like I've been doing, for a couple past weeks. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so I'm going to end this episode because it's a long episode. I said to myself when I began this that I'm not going to try to keep y'all that long, but I'm sorry. I will try to work on that, try not to do that again. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope y'all really do. Again, I will post what I said in this episode. I posted on all of our social medias. I'll do that for you guys. And Darren, he is back on the podcast next week, so tune in for that. So that is it, you guys. That is this episode, wrapping it all up. So I hope y'all have a fantastic day, you guys, and a fantastic week. Stay safe out there, you guys. Please stay safe. So I am your host, Damian Anderson, and this is Future Educators Talk. Don't just listen to Future Educators Talk on your smartphone. Continue the conversation online. Like us on Facebook. Be a part of the conversation by telling us what you think. Join us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content. And follow along on Twitter to stay up to date with what's happening on our podcast and beyond. It's you who keeps Future Educators Talk going. So like, comment, share, and connect everywhere with us. You get social. Let's listen.